This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button when you hit the like button. Make sure you smash the hype button. Let's get right into the news. I meant to drop this again. I meant to drop this last night, but I fell asleep. Okay, so Yo Gotti influenced this, possibly. That's the allegations. Remember, when this happened back in January, there was an assumption that Pooh Shiesty wanted to be on CMG. He got an offer to be on CMG. CMG is the hot label right now, right? You got Glorilla. Glorilla is really like the biggest artist out of there, but Yo Gotti's had a lot of success. He even got Big Boogie popping, okay? I know some of you guys might love Big Boogie, but I'm just saying that's an accomplishment. Got this guy millions of dollars. So Yo Gotti's got a good pipeline. Always been very connected in the music business, meaning, you know, he has his blueprint, okay? Gucci Mane has a blueprint too, but I'll tell you how I can tell you this from experience, and you might not want to believe me, all right? I used to work with Yo Gotti. Very arguably, I got Yo Gotti hotter. Pause. I got him hotter out here, okay? Because I started working with him in 08, 09, okay? This is after him coming off of TVT. I introduced him to New York City. I've done like 12 to 15 music videos with Yo Gotti around that time. Me and Q were partners at World Star at that time, and we pumped Yo Gotti, and he took it to another level because Yo Gotti's smart. Smart people take an alley-oop and they take it to the next level. And that's what Yo Gotti did, arguably. And, you know, I'm happy he did that. But I'm going to tell you something. Once we got to like 2011 and 12, Yo Gotti had this Memphis thing about him. Like it was just, and he didn't even mean it when he said it. He says, he called me one day after everything I've done, right? And I'm not bitter about this at all. I just thought it was weird, you know? He said, yo, I think for the next couple videos, I'm going to use someone from Memphis to put someone from Memphis on. I said, okay, I can understand that, but I'm going to tell you something. What if I had the mentality that, you know what, I'm from New York, I can't mess with you like that. I can't give you this alley-oop. I really believed in Yo Gotti around that time. I liked his music. He was the new Jeezy to me. I even told him not to do certain songs with Jeezy because Jeezy saw him as a threat, for sure, okay? I said, certain songs you should keep for yourself, like the all-white car thing that was Gotti's thing at the time. There was a couple things that I told him to, like, you know, like I was just advising him around that time. I had my pulse on what was going on. I had my finger on the pulse. So he said that to me, and I said, okay, this guy's not really a loyal person. And as we know, he's not a loyal person, really, today, you know. But he's kind of sneaky, right? So I said, all right, cool, you know. And, you know, that's the music business for you. You know, there's no loyalty. I realized that even more at that moment with a couple artists, right? And I'm not bitter about it because, like, the life is a learning lesson, okay? You could say I'm bitter all you want, but I'm not. You know, it's like, did it throw me for a loop? Absolutely. Okay. But at that point I was kind of used to stuff like this, like people not, it's entertainment, you know, people are not loyal in entertainment. As soon as you're not, I'm not saying I wasn't popping at the time, but as soon as like anything happens, people step away from you. Look what they did to Kanye or certain artists. Look what they did to DaBaby. People just step away from you at one point, you know? Diddy. Look at Diddy. Where's Rick Ross? Where's Khaled? Where is everybody? Where's all his friends? This is how entertainment is, right? So you just accept it for what it is, all right? So what I believe happened is that Yo Gotti went to Pooh Shiesty and says, yo, you're from Memphis, bro. You got to be with CMG. And he probably he looked at Gucci Mane deal, because I'm sure Pooh Shiesty sent it to him. And he said, I could do better than this. So Pooh Shiesty, Yo Gotti's from the streets, but his brother was the one, obviously, as we know, Big Joke, right? He's rapping about his brother's life and all these songs, right? That's why he took care of his brother. When his brother came home, he took care of his brother. I respect that, right? But his brother got him into no good with this Dolph situation. Yeah, they had their beef. Big Joke took it to a whole other level, obviously, as we see. And it ended up in him dying, Dolph dying, and a bunch of other people dying, right? So anyways, and I know that for a fact because I know certain people involved in the situation. Big Joke had influence in that, okay? I'm talking about past situations. There was 4 attempts on Dolph's life, okay? Anyways. So Pooh Shiesty's wild, bro. I knew he was wild when he got arrested. I didn't know he was this crazy, bro. He crashed out. This is one of the biggest crash outs of the past couple years. And it's all on tape because there's cameras everywhere today. Everybody, you can't control everybody that was there. A lot of people posted on social media. So Pooh Shiesty said, I got to get out of this contract. So he took a ride down to Dallas to meet with Gucci and decided he's going to do it the old school way with guns and force you to sign the contract out. It doesn't even work like that. You do it with lawyers. It doesn't even work like that. Nobody was successful back in the day except for Suge Knight, maybe, of these forceful, maybe Suge Knight, Eazy-E, a couple people did this and this was the 90s. You hear about these stories, you know? Who knows how true they are? Hanging people off balconies and all that. There was no cameras, there was no social media, and it was harder to catch somebody. Today, it's easy. This is a bigger case than just this. Just know that, all right? This is a bigger case than just Pooh Shiesty. I'm assuming and just thinking about everything now, I always wondered, because Big Joke and CMG was brought up a lot during the Dolph case, and I was like, you know, normally they would bring more members of CMG in, including Yo Gotti, right? Big Joke is dead, right? Why wouldn't they bring him in? You know, just to see, like, why is CMG paying for lawyers and everything for the people who took out Dolph, right? And this might make sense. It might not make sense, right? But maybe they were building a even bigger case. This could be the biggest RICO case you've ever seen in your life. I don't think they're done arresting people in this Gucci Man thing. Don't forget that Gucci Man's wife, Keisha Kayor, used to mess with Yo Gotti too, okay? Before Gucci Man. That's why they really beef back in 2013. They don't like each other. And it's always going to be a competition. Gucci Man called Yo Gotti a buster, this and that. And I'll be honest, Gucci Man is way more loyal than Yo Gotti is. He just is. I know Gucci Man too. I worked with Gucci Man early. It's the history's it's in the books, all right? I worked with Gucci Man before I worked with Gotti. And anytime Gucci knows why me and him didn't stop working together. It was because of him, okay? Gucci Man's a wild boy, all right? He's wild, all right? And there was a couple times where Gucci Man went on one of his tears where, you know, we were supposed to work in Miami, and he just stayed in the hotel room the whole time with a girl. So he always apologized for that. But I was like, yo, bro, I can't. I actually didn't even fly to that one. I sent someone down and told them, I said, tell me when, because I was busy at this time, you know? So I said, tell me when Gucci Man is ready and I'll fly down. You just let them put you up in a room and see when Gucci Man's ready to work. And I'll fly down immediately. I'll take the first flight out. Because I was in Atlanta, so it wasn't hard. Gucci Man apologized for that, but that was a waste of time. I'm gonna be honest, you know. And I'm not a rap artist where I make 100,000 a show or any of that. You know, I'm making around that time, a couple thousand a video. You know, so every job counted. You know, But you got to get it while you're hot, you know? So fans are now resurfacing Pooh Shiesty's lyrics after Gucci Mane kidnapping robbery charges because they robbed Gucci Mane's people for all their jewelry and wore it. So Icy Summer might rob a rapper right after a session. Give him the keys and give me them keys, watch, and that necklace. I need them Cubans. Another really telling thing is Okay, Hernandez Govan is going crazy with this. He says he thinks Keisha Kaur had a bigger role behind the scenes. That's not true. I doubt that. Finesse 2 times believes Gucci Mane's security guard, a retired police officer, is telling on Pooh Shiesty. Gucci been having the same security. It's not Gucci Mane telling. I know a lot of people are trying to put that jacket on Gucci. Gucci's on his way to be. Gucci's about 3-4 years older than me. Okay? We are all in our 40s. We're not. This is not 20s, 30s where, hey, let things slide. You do real business. I don't think Gucci Mane's telling him, but somebody, the Gucci Mane has people around him that are in their 50s and maybe 60, right? These people are not just going to get robbed by Pooh Shiesty and nothing's going to happen, okay? Pooh Shiesty's an idiot, okay? Before I get to what Finesse 2 times said, I'll tell you, there was this clip of Pooh Shiesty in a car, right? And with Brendan Dawn, right? He's so stupid. I'm sorry to say this, but it's true. He's so dumb. He's on papers. He's supposed to be home by a certain time, right? The officer calls and says, on stream, he says, I am home. Yep. And they're like, no, you're not home. We can see on your ankle monitor you're not home. I'm home. Reset it. They're not stupid. He's on stream, too. It's documented evidence. They're going to violate him for this, too. You haven't even seen all the charges against Pooh Shiesty. You haven't even seen them. There's a reason why they let him out. They wanted him to do more stuff. He incriminated himself so many ways. So let's see what Finesse 2 times had to say. There's so much in this, It's just like, you could talk about this for hours, to be honest with you. I'm not going to, because more information is going to come out next week, for sure, right? It's not even funny. It's crazy how people will crash out. Pooh Shiesty thought this was the only way to get onto to CMG, is to get released from this and then go to Gotti. Be like, yep, you can sign me now. Well, obviously he didn't get signed right away because he says, you did what? Oh, no, it doesn't work like that, big dog.
My video with Gucci Mane, I went to Atlanta and I met Gucci Mane for the first time, and we did our song, we did the video. He had one nigga with him. It was a security guard, big tall bald head. He was a supporter. So when he met me, he embraced me like he supported me. He was like, hey bro, like the one that's that retired police officer, you can't tell him what to do with his life. That man 50-something years old. He got a wife and kids and family and all that.
Exactly.
Shit. You can't tell him what to do with his life. Like, you got some niggas who still live by the street code. Shine took off. I'm talking about, y'all nigga probably up a dub. He probably up a 15 clip, like 15, he probably up some big shit. Like, I can get that young nigga some big shit, like on no hating shit. Like, he came home, took care of his business, whatever his contract was, like, it was what it was. But the way he came home, the way he came out, like, he up some big shit, and he was on his. This is your conduct. This is what you do. This is your attitude. This is what you push. This is what you.
Okay, so basically he's saying the security guard now. Security guard's gonna. He's an older man. He's a retired police officer. He's gonna do what they do. And yes, it did take time to put the. I see some lawyers saying, and this is like a. I'm not gonna say the lawyer's name, but. Yes, this is how it works. They put a case together and they make sure it's ironclad. It's not going to happen the second day after the robbery, okay? Now, Pooh Shiesty and Gucci, there's an artist that was signed to Gucci.
Okay, here we are.
And this is K. Shade. It says, Pooh, Scar, and Fujiano have been beefing with Gucci ever since he signed them. Yeah, people aren't going to like being signed and nothing's happening. But Fujiano got in his own way, and so did Pooh Shiesty. You know, this is why it's not worth having artists. This is why Boosie doesn't even want to have artists anymore. It's too much of a headache. Too much of a headache, bro.
Yeah, I'd be mad too if a motherfucker won't let me out my contract. I'm in a situation right now where I want to hit a Pooh Shiesty on a motherfucker. Y'all painting a picture out to make it seem like everybody just like it's a curse with Gucci. There ain't no curse with Gucci. Everybody chose their own fate when it came to 1017. And I'm speaking for everybody because I don't have nobody here to speak for themselves. And 2 of my goddamn label mates is gone. Chant gone. Scar gone. I don't even know where the fuck Roboy at. Y'all got so many opinions, but y'all don't even know that Fujiano and Pooh Shiesty.
This girl needs promotion bad, bro. Because, like, yo, we don't care what you got. Yo, don't defend Pooh Shiesty at all. Yeah, and these people put themselves in the situation. And you know what? This can happen with a major label, and you're even worse. You can't go up there and put guns in their face and all that. Anyways, I'm going to get to another video very shortly. I appreciate you all. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Thank you for watching. So, yeah, I think that Yo Gotti kind of influenced this, but, like, he didn't tell them to go and rob them. He said, yo, I want to sign you. Get out of your contract. And Pooh Shiesty did it the dumbest way possible. And they're going to try to connect to Yo Gotti to this, but they're going to have a hard time. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button, hit that hype button. I'll check you on the next one. Peace.